Hi there, this is Doc Shing and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to tackle the money lessons that I wish I knew and learned well during my 20s. So without further ado, let's start. So that is the first money lesson that I wish I knew and learned well when I was in my 20s, to make saving a priority. Ang tendency manggod nato kung nato sa atong 20s, more or less mao pag yun na unang beses na kita nakakwarta, no? Nakita nga ni earn na gyud gikan sa atong tinarbahoan. So tendency ana is mamalit na ta sa atong mga gusto. No, kay syempre naamang gyud mga gipangandoy nga mga latest na cellphone model sa iPhone or sa Samsung ba or Galaxy Note ba, or you want the latest iPad or you want the most techy computer for gaming. No, naamang gyud ta ana mga pangandoy, or the latest shoes for basketball. So tendency ana is mamalit yun ana when we are in our 20s, kay syempre na natay kwarta, and ang may tabo ana dili na nato ma-prioritize ang savings. So they say hindsight is always 2020, no? So when I look back, I wish I started saving earlier. Kay karon makauna-una na especially me, I'm not in my 20s anymore. Ay nalang pangutan na kung asan na kung a decade sa life. But anyway, makarealize ka when you're older na mas ginagmay, mas maayo yun nga mag-set aside na kagkwarta for your savings, kay dili man yun sa tanan panahon as kilta. At least na natay save daan for the rainy days. So, it is not yet too late. If you're in your 20s, you can make saving a priority. If you're in your 30s, it's not yet too late. You're still 30 years away from, more or less 30 years away from retirement. So, pwede gyapon ka mag-start karon. And when you're in your 40s already, dapat double time na gyud ka mag-save. So, for those of you who are in your 20s, make saving a priority. The next lesson about money or finances that I wish I knew and learned well during my 20s is that to make the most out of compound interest. Actually, this is related to the lesson about saving, because kani man kung compound interest, ang meaning ana siya, for example, you have a certain amount. For example, you saved 10,000 and at the end of the year it earned, let's say, 100 pesos. Ang mahimo ana, ang 100 pesos madugang na siya sa imong initial amount that you deposited. So mahimo ng 10,100, and then ang interest maapil na siya sa principal, and then it will also earn interest. So it's your interest earning an interest, and then that interest earning again another interest for you. So mas ni-grow ang imong money. So that only happens, makamake the most lang ka sa imong compound interest if you save early, and then you work to save and save to invest also. So more on sa savings na siyang compound interest, wherein your interest would earn an interest and mga anak of interest. So if you save early, you can make the most out of that. So mga recently ra po naka-learn anong mga compound interest when I really took an interest on financial wellness. So mas nindot gyud nga ma-make the most ka ng compound interest. So it's like your money working for you, kay diba, as I mentioned in my previous vlogs, ang goal nato is like, for now, while we are younger, we are working for the money, but in the long run, our goal is that our money will be working for us. So your compound interest will do a substantial amount of heavy lifting for you na masaka gyud ang imong finances. So make the most. out of compound interest. The third lesson would be to work to save and to save to invest. So when you are in your 20s, more or less you are a very young and very energetic part of the workforce. You have a very good earning potential when you are in your 20s. So when you have a very good earning potential, you got a lot of money or you got a lot of potential to earn money. So ang buhato nimo ana is work to save. So primarily your main goal to work is to have money and to save that money. Pero ang ako lang is set aside a certain amount you will put in the bank as your emergency fund, but you also should invest. So work to save and save to invest. Dili pud ingon nga tanan nimo savings imo invest. Of course, you would set aside some amount that you might want to set aside for emergencies, and then a certain percentage you invest because you're still very young, you're in your 20s, and when you invest during that age, your investment would have a longer timeline to grow. Mao na para nako ang advantage when you are in your 20s, and when you are young, you still have a long timeline, so your investment would have the potential to earn a lot. And if ever there would be bear markets or times na ang stock market is very low, because you have a longer timeline, your investment can still recover. Like for example, in the stock market, there may be bear markets, dili man gyud na malikayan. Bear markets are times wherein ubos gyud kaayo ang stock market. But when you invest early, naapag yung time na makabawi ang imong investment because of the long timeline. Because in the stock market, it is proven that your stocks will appreciate over time. So, the earlier you invest, the more time you have and the more time your investment would have in order to grow and appreciate even more. So, mo na inindot na mantra, work to save, save to invest. The next money lesson I wish I knew and learned well during my 20s is that, yes, it is never too early to plan or save for retirement. Makakuan man siguro mo, si Doc, 20s pagani mag-save na dayon for retirement. Yes, it is never too early to plan for that. Nga no, for example, what if you plan to or you wish to retire in your 50s? So, then you're in your 20s. So, na pa kayo 30 years, more or less, sakto-sakto na lang yun ang panahon nga makaplano ka for your retirement. Kabalo mo, mali ba yun ang maimunta nga pag-retire na ko, mauna ko mag-business. Ang imong, for me ha, ang akong vision for retirement is that dili na gyud ko ma-obliged to work, no? I will be working out of passion already, not because I really need to break my bones to work in order to put food on the table. More or less during retirement, ang akong gusto is more or less I can do the things I want to do when I want to do. So dili gyud ingon nga when you're in your 20s, it's very early to plan for retirement. It's never too early to plan for retirement. So, the earlier you plan for your retirement, like first you have to set a retirement age that you want. And then from setting that retirement age, you work around that goal so that you can indeed achieve that retirement age. The last money lesson I wish I knew and learned well during my 20s is to secure my best asset. What is your best asset? Your best asset actually is yourself. Because you are working, ikaw man ang imong puhunan, no? Imong health, imong maayong well-being. So how do you secure your asset or your best asset? That is, of course, by getting an insurance for yourself. No, ako manggod at first, although my parents are believers of insurances, it took me a while before I really got a policy for myself. I only got one when I was in my late 20s already. So medyo late na yun na siya because nag-work naman ko when I was in my mid-20s. So, or I was approaching my late 20s. So, what happened is that initially I was hesitant of having an insurance policy for myself. But what I realized when I got one is that I should have gotten one earlier or as earlier as I can when I can pay the premium. Kay masindot man yun kay mas you are secured kay naman ay maturity. If ever you live through that maturity age, makuha na nimo ang imong insurance na amount or what we call the face amount. If ever po na you don't reach that maturity age, it's your beneficiaries who will receive your face amount or the amount of your policy. Ang ako lang ma-share is that ang feeling yun ako, mao yun to siya, pagkuha na ko yung insurance is that I wish na kuha yun ko early kay syempre mag-travel ba kintahay tanong dayon risko kaayo atong mga activities, mag-travel o bisan unsa pa din na dili man gyud makahibalo sa panahon, no, maski maglakaw ra kas dalan dili ka kahibalo. So at least you have a protection for yourself. At least you have secured your best asset, which is yourself. Ang kanindot na pud sa mga insurance policies nowadays is that dili na lang sila traditional nga life insurance lang. They also have an investment arm or investment component wherein they will invest your money either in stocks, in government bonds, or other financial instruments, and your money will be handled by registered financial planners who have enough experience to handle money properly. So nindot na kaayo kay at a young age, if you get an insurance early, so you are working for the money because you have your day job, and then your money is also working for you in the form of your investment component in the insurance that you got. So nindot na kay na nga nagsugod ka ana bata pa nagtrabaho na imong kwarta para nimo. So that's a very good lesson to learn in your 20s. Secure your best asset, which is yourself. So that's it for the money lessons that I wish I knew and learned well during my 20s. But wait, there's more. I have one more lesson for you to learn early, especially if you are in your 20s. A very good lesson to learn early in life in terms of our financial goals is to map our financial goals as early as we can, so that as early as possible we already have direction in terms of the financial goals that we want to achieve. So mas maayo nga i-define na nimo daan ang imong goals, financial goals that you want to achieve in your life. So basin mangutan na mo na ako, or if you're interested how I mapped out my financial goals in life. So when I started working and I had a regular paycheck already as a doctor, I immediately laid out my plans, no? Kaya once we have our regular income will be our key in order for us to achieve our financial goals. So when I started having a regular income, I immediately mapped out my financial goals, which is first to invest in the stock market, because I already had my insurance prior years before I started practicing. Pero medyo late na gyud gyapon to na ako siya pagkuha. But anyway, when I had a regular pay already, so ako na gyud giplano na within a certain year I would have already invested in the stock market. And I didn't go into the stock market
or put some money into it until I finished studying and doing a lot of research about the stock market. And then the goals that I also set for myself are like, for example, I gave myself a timeline of 3 to 6 months, so that in that certain amount of time I would already have opened a savings account in a bank, a savings account that is high yield than the regular savings account. Actually, there are a lot of banks I looked into, and then when I was able to identify one bank which I think is the one I like, I immediately started a high yield savings account in that bank, and monto ako na din itong gidugang-dugangan. So, map out your financial goals early in life. Like, for example, you set a date or an age of retirement wherein you would want to retire. And then once you set that age, you try to map out your achievements in order to achieve that retirement age that you have set for yourself. So that is the bonus lesson that I would like to impart to you. I think it really helps if we learn that lesson early in life, so that we would be guided in achieving our financial goals. So looking back into those lessons that I have imparted to you, money lessons that I wish I knew and learned during my 20s, ang ako lang po din noon masulti is that each of us have different circumstances in life. So probably you are already earning a lot in your 20s, but you are also supporting your family. Or you may be earning a lot, but you may still be paying some debt. No? So dili gyud dayon nato na ma-achieve ang atong mga gusto. So ayaw lang pud ka pressure sa tanan mga financial goals that you have to achieve at a certain age. Ang importante lang yun is you have direction, you know how to handle your money well, and you know your financial goals. Kabalo ka asa gyud ni padulngan ang imong kwarta ug unsa imong ultimate goal financially. Mao na siya. Personal finance is personal, and I actually believe in that. So my circumstance would be different from your circumstance or any other person's situation. Basta as long as ma-achieve lang yun imong goals. The goal is to retire early as possible and to retire well with enough financial cushion for you to live a life that is comfortable. So maura gyud na direction lang pud gyud nga dili lang ka mag pataka og walda sa imong money. You know where your money is going, you know the goals that you want to achieve. So ana lang, dili lang ma-pressure, but as long as you have direction. Some persons or some individuals may achieve their financial goals early in life, and some may also take some time before they achieve their financial goals. Like, for example, doctors like me. I think you have seen it in my previous vlogs, wherein doctors are kind of unique financially when it comes to building financial wealth, because we start earning a little bit late compared to our counterparts. Like for me, I started earning when I was 25 or 26 years old, and by that time my batchmates in high school, already earned or were already earning for around 5 to 6 years also in their respective professions. So lahi-lahi, but the bottom line is you should have direction in your financial goals. So that's it. I hope you like this video. I hope this video helped you a lot, and I hope this has been a stepping stone also for you to finally achieve your financial goals in life. If you like this video, don't forget to click like, and also please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and also tick the notification bell so that you would be updated of new updates or uploads that I will be putting into my channel. And I hope you would also share this video to your friends. So that's it, guys. Until my next vlog, have a great day ahead.